Excuse me. You know what I would love to be doing right now, but I can't?
No, ma'am.
Be chewing gum.
Sorry.
My understanding the GPS is on the ankle, then that problem can be solved by long pants. Am I wrong? Give you credit for any time served. There's restitution of $940. You wouldn't go to a doctor if you needed a heart surgery. I guarantee you wouldn't be telling that doctor. And I know you're not listening to me, but I don't.
With you. The second day, I never wanted to repeat the first day of class. So the second day of class, when we were supposed to move on, we never did move on because Miss Harrington taught us the same thing that she taught us the day prior. So yes, I do feel that my money was wasted. So just because she said it, that means it's true. No, it's not true.
I tried my best. And I'm really in tears because I do this for them.
How's it going?
Okay.
All right. On this case, where are we on discovery?
This is the first setting. It's been over a year since she was arrested.
Okay.
We are just trying to get discovery. We'd ask for another discovery setting so we can get that. There's supposed to be video and several other things that we need to gather before we can do anything.
All right. All right. And what type of GPS is she on? Is she on full GPS, partial GPS?
She is on just the monitor, Judge.
All right. So tracking only?
Yes.
All right. And so,
But listen, she's been on for over a year.
Mhm.
She has had no violations. She has no history, nothing in her background to suggest there's any problem. There's been no communication or anything with the victim on the case, and no violations of that in any way. Because of the monitor, it's been hard for her to get work, hard for her to be able to get a job. And she can address that if you want to hear more about her finding a job.
yes. All right. Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes,
All right. You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
ma'am. Martinez.
All right. So what is your issue with the GPS?
So I was a dental assistant, and they took away my license because of the case. I can't be seen with the ankle monitor in the health career setting. They think it's just not a good setting to be in.
So does PANS address that issue?
My scrubs, it bulks out so big, like it just doesn't cover. We have like the Grey's Anatomy scrunch ones, and that's what the company offers us to wear. So it wasn't acceptable. Also, with the State Board of Dental Assistant, since it's on the record, I can't renew my license for that.
Since
so-
what is on your record? Is it
Well,
the,
this case, it's like showing pending, I guess. So with this being on there in the house arrest, I'm not able to work anywhere because of that.
well, no. I'm sorry to keep up interrupting you, but are you not allowed to work in your chosen profession because of the charge or because of the GPS?
Oh, because they let me go because of my ankle monitor. But if I wanted to renew my license, with any other dental offices, because I have tried to get another job with the dental, but because of the pending, it won't allow. But my current, Resa's Dental, which is where I was working at, they let me go because of the ankle monitor. They said I can go back if it was removed. So I haven't really been able to find any work. Bond was paid. I was getting like little jobs, but I was working at a daiquiri place, and then the company just like sold out, or they just went out of business. So it's been hard since then. Dental office did say I can go back if the ankle monitor is removed, and I can finish with my position there as a dental assistant.
Okay. All right, so here's my next question. Is there any letter or anything from that facility that's saying that they will allow her to work there if she doesn't have the ankle monitor?
I can get that for you if you need. But it was my doctor that told me that. Both doctors that I worked with, they did state that to me, and the manager.
Okay. Any other questions?
Nothing else, Judge.
Any questions? All right, so I want to see that documentation that they're saying that they would allow her to work there if she didn't have the ankle monitor on, because this seems to be the crux of the situation before the court is she wants to work there. They're not allowing her to work because she has an ankle monitor. And then state, if the court were to grant this when we come back, I would want the complainant to be informed if the court were to remove the ELM.
Believe there's no contact with the complainant already and there hadn't been any problems.
Okay.
No violations on ELM.
Okay.
There's really nothing else in her background that would
Okay.
suggest she needs this.
So as soon as I receive that documentation, or if they want to zoom in, they can zoom in today. But as soon as I receive that documentation, we can put this back on the docket for hearing at any time you have that, counsel. Anytime except for Friday, because Friday is drug court graduation and that's where I'll be.
Okay.
Can I say something?
Sure.
So it's also been a problem for any other jobs that I've tried to apply at. They see the monitor and they don't want to hire me.
Okay.
So it's not just the dental office, but it's other employments that I've tried and I have proof of, like, Indeed and stuff, that they see my ankle monitor and they see.
All right. So again, with other employers seeing your ankle monitor pants. Right now, what you've informed me of is that you have a job as a dental assistant, and that employer is saying they won't let you work with an ankle monitor. So I want that information.
So I'm not currently employed with the dental office. It's been a year. They let me go a year ago.
All right,
But
so
to
no,
go back.
yeah, so I need that documentation. So does everyone understand what the court is asking for?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, so we'll come back on November 7th for discovery, but counsel, you can set the other matter anytime before then.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Wait for me a moment. So we are.
Hello. Excuse me. You know what I would love to be doing right now, but I can't?
No, ma'am.
Be chewing gum.
Sorry.
Not allowed, okay? All right. All right, so where are we on discovery?
Judge, we still need one more discovery setting, please.
Okay,
The second thing, once you have a minute, once you choose a setting, then we did have an ELM discussion that we'd like to have too.
okay. All right, so Norma, recall this for discovery on December.
Going back to the ELM discussion,
Mhm.
we talked about a month ago when we were here.
Mhm.
And the court has a motion on file to remove her ELM, mostly based on work employment issues. She does not have any other criminal history other than this case right here. And that the court asked her to get a letter from somebody who would consider hiring her. So
Mhm.
she has. The court's request was that we bring it back in for you to take a look at.
And say, have you a chance to review this letter?
I have not, but it's.
All right, we're here to hear your request to have GPS removed. What I can tell both parties, and this is what I want to focus on, in the letter, it says that they did not want her working there because her GPS monitor was noticeable. Is that correct in my reading of the situation?
So I was told that they were gonna fire me because of the GPS monitor, just because it's on my ankle, not just because it's visible.
All right, that's not what the letter says. The letter says that the GPS is noticeable. Did I read that incorrect? Please?
Yeah, she was let go because of that, but they're willing to take her back if it's on.
All right, but the reason why they're saying she was let go is because the GPS was noticeable. If I'm reading the letter incorrectly, somebody let me know. But that's what it says to the court. Am I wrong?
That's my understanding of that.
All right, so if they're letting her go because the GPS is noticeable, and my understanding the GPS is on the ankle, then that problem can be solved by long pants. Am I wrong?
Yes, because we wear scrubs. They are joggers, so they're not flare scrubs.
Oh, no, they're long. I've seen, this
No,
is
I
me
am-
interjecting, but I've seen scrubs.
Yes, ma'am, but we have a dress code with the company that it's joggers with the logo of it's the Grey's Anatomy scrubs that they provide for us, so they don't have the flare.
Judge, as soon as she sits down to do her job, then the pants are gonna come up enough for somebody to see it. And so I just don't know that there's a way to get around it. Be noticeable. It's just gonna be noticeable.
All right, so first thing, my understanding from the letter, the reason why she was released is because the GPS was noticeable. Am I correct in my reading of the letter?
Yes.
All right, so then the other question becomes, Why can't she just wear long pants? I don't understand.
Because they don't provide the flare pants. We have a dress code policy that we have to follow, and they provide the joggers. So it's cuffed scrub pants versus flare, so they won't allow me to work there with the monitor because the dress code is jogger, not flare, so it's won't be able to be covered at all.
All right, I'll hear argument. The state,
State is opposed to release of the GP or removal of judge due to the severity or degree of the crime.
I will only point out to the court again that she has no other history. I mean, absolutely completely clean, but the case, it took the state over a year before they actually indicted her, which tells you a little bit about the case. I think that given the fact that the state didn't need to go forward sooner than that, should tell you if there's any problems. In addition, there have been no problems or reports from the complainant in this case. And so there's no problem with her having anything but a no contact order from the court. And she will follow that as she has since she's had the monitor.
all right, state, if you can reach out to complainant, because I don't know anything about the case other than what the charges are. And based upon what the charges are, it appears that the GPS should remain. It appears that maybe your company should work out something, since they want you there, where they can make an exception for you about pants length. But if we can see if there are any concerns or issues with the complainant with her not being on GPS.
Sorry to
Yes.
interrupt you, Judge. I just got notified by co-counsel that the advocate of our case, Rose has been contacted by the victim. The victim is opposed to any type of GPS removal.
All right. So then the next thing is to see whether or not, because it appears that they want you desperately to be there, to see if there's any way that they can make an exception for you with regards to your pants length. And then what I will do, since it appears that there are no violations, you can work whatever hours they provide for you. So if there's an issue where they won't make an exception with your pants, then let the court know.
They
Okay. All right. So we're coming back on December 19th for discovery. The removal of GPS for now will be denied. Is there anything else?
Nothing in the state, Your Honor.
No, Judge.
All right. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Thank
You used my full name. It kind of scared me.
you. James Week.
Yes. Put the middle name in there. I'm in real trouble.
Step all the way up here to the platform. Make sure you speak loud enough for the court reporter to hear you.
All right. Who's the prosecutor on this? All right. You're scheduled for jury trial today. Defense, you filed a motion for continuance?
I have to.
Yes. And
Yes.
what is the reason?
It is something at this point, we are looking into the relationship between the two co-defendants further. Information has come up over the last week that I need to go into further, just to get not just her thoughts on it, but also outside resources.
All right. And state, do you have an objection to the motion for continuance?
No, Your Honor.
we're not together.
Okay. How do we get to the point of this
This
offense? Yes.
So Santos came home and then another car pulled at the same time. So that vehicle was, I assumed, his girlfriend. So I followed her with Roger, and that's how we,
All right. So you thought this was his girlfriend.
yes.
So did you say, hey, Rogers, that's your girlfriend, let's follow her?
No, it was Santos.
Santos, did you
Yes.
say, hey, Santos, that's your girlfriend, I know that's your girlfriend, we're gonna follow her?
No, so Santos was already in the house. Santos pulled up the same time that other car did. So Santos was already inside. I was with Roger outside of my house. And we both saw the vehicle, and Roger's like, follow her, like, go, let's go. And I'm like, okay, well, let's go. And we followed her,
And then what happened?
we got off the vehicle, and I had told her, excuse my language.
Oh, no problem, I've heard it all.
Okay, I said I used Santos, and she was just like, who, like, he, and then she swung on me first, and I was like, okay, well, we're gonna obviously fight. So we began fighting, and then, we just fought, but
Where did the gun come from?
I didn't know there was a gun until there was like 3 sessions of fights and we tried to break it up. And then on the third time, that's when Roger pulled out the gun and said, I'm gonna kill both of you bitches. And he shot towards us. Well, he not towards us, but like, I don't know if it was up in the air or towards us or what, but it was shot. And then we both let go of each other and then we just got up and we left. And I grabbed her phone thinking it was my phone. And that's where the robbery came in.
Now, the police talked to you afterwards, right?
Did.
And you admitted to all of this stuff that you told the judge?
Did.
Admitted to the robbery at that point?
Yes,
Are you still here today to tell the judge that you know this was wrong?
it is wrong, yes. I do plan on, if everything goes good, I do plan on getting back on my feet, going back to work and continuing my life because I did lose everything. Lost my car that night, the same night. I lost my job, I lost my freedom. I've lost money. I lost just literally everything within the 2 years. So from having everything to literally nothing, starting fresh, it's been hard mentally too. And I was on full house arrest where I couldn't even go to work to one point. So it was hard to adjust from having everything to nothing, from everything being taken away from you because of your own decision from my own decision that I made. And I'm fully aware of that. And also for my children, because, I wasn't at the right mindset at the time. I do know now, and it should not have taken me this long to realize, but I did come to a realization and, I love my kids and I would hate to be gone away from them that long. And I felt like at the time I was keeping them safe and pursuing this relationship because no matter what I did, he was always there, no matter if I wanted to leave or not. Like, I just felt like I didn't have any help. Just to leave, like I was being threatened, I was being abused, like couldn't find a way out.
And are you still with him?
I'm not with him, no. So in a sense, I don't know if this is bad to say, but I'm kind of glad this happened because it's not happening anymore with him. So I'm free from him, not free from you guys, but I'm free. So, I just want to be at home with my kids. My kids are just getting older. I've missed baby showers, weddings, I've missed parties just because of being on house arrest, and it's been tough. It really has, and I've changed my life. I'm not half the woman I used to be. Was a girl, I'm a woman now, and I hope we take into consideration my children. They do need their mom, and and I just want to tell Bianca, like, I have been very for her, and I'm sorry, and I hope we're able to get past this. It's, I've been waiting for this for 2 years, 2.5 years, so I'm ready.
All right. State any questions?
Yes, Your Honor. Okay, Ms. Martinez, so you have 3 kids, is
I
that
do.
correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what are their ages?
I have, like, I see.
You can, yeah.
Okay. I have a 5-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 9-year-old.
Okay, and so it's your testimony that on the date that this offense occurred, that you had left them with Santos so you could go out with your friends, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, where were you and your friends at before the offense occurred?
We were down the street. We all live pretty close. So my
Okay.
friend had like we just get together, some drinks and, just to hang out.
Okay, and then you go back to Santos' house
Mhm.
at around 10:30, is that what you said?
10:30, yes.
Okay, so I'm kind of confused on the timeline of your relationship. I'm hoping you can give me some clarity. So you testified that you and Santos began your relationship with each other when you were 14 years old. Is that correct? Okay, and about what year was that? Do you remember?
2012.
Okay, and then you guys break up when you're in 2021. Oh.
20.
Okay.
Let's see, yes.
But in 2021, you all are still living
We're still living
together.
together, yes.
Okay, and you're stating that you still had feelings for him at this time,
Yes.
correct? Okay, and so then you break up with you and Santos break up in 2021, and then you meet Roger Mims in
Mhm.
2020.
Like around there, 2021, like.
Okay, I'm sorry. Could you speak up so I could hear?
Yes, okay.
It's okay.
Yes, so we did meet, around 2021, maybe the end of 2021.
Okay. And so you did testify about the incidents that occurred with Roger Mims. And in fact, it got so bad that you even got a protective order against him in 2022. Is that correct?
Yes, I did.
And so that protective order was still in place when you decided to call him up in 2023 on the date of this offense, right?
Yes.
So while you had a protective order, you were still communicating with Roger Mims, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And so when we're talking about the night of the offense, you stated that you picked Roger up from his home, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I guess let me back up. So you arrive at Santos' house at around 10:30, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and then you see that Santos is not at his house, correct?
Yes.
And so then you decide to call up Roger Mims, is that correct?
It is correct.
Okay, and then you go to Roger Mims' house to pick him up, correct?
Yes.
And then you drive back to Santos' house, correct?
Yes.
And then at that time, you see that Santos is now back home, correct?
Yes.
And there's a white motor vehicle that's parked across the street, correct?
Yes.
And so you and Roger decide at that point, and I think when the detective spoke with you about this, you told the detective that you saw the white car outside and thought that it was Santos, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and so after thinking that, knowing that you still have feelings for Santos, but you're still commingling with Roger, you all decide to follow that white motor vehicle, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and so that white motor vehicle pulls up to a home, correct?
Yes.
And then you were in the driver's seat, correct?
I was driving. Yes.
Okay, and Roger Mims was in the passenger seat, correct?
Yes.
Where was the firearm during this time?
I don't know where he had it because I wasn't aware he had one.
Okay, but it was in the car with you, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and so you exit your driver's seat, correct?
Yes.
And at the time that you approach Bianca, she's in her front yard, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and so it's your testimony that she swung on you first, but would it surprise you to say that she didn't? Would it surprise you that she says that she did not hit you first?
She could say what she wants, but I mean,
Okay, but notwithstanding that, you were on her property, correct?
yes.
And you guys enlisted in a fist fight, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And that fist fight left her with injuries, correct?
Yes.
Her lip was busted, correct?
Yes.
She had scrapes on her knees, correct?
Yes.
And it got so rambunctious that there was flip-flops spread across her front yard, correct?
I'm not too sure about that.
Okay, and then the fight spills over into the street, is that correct?
Yes.
And I'm sure that you've reviewed the discovery, but there's a Ring doorbell camera that was turned over from a
Yes.
neighbor, correct?
Yes.
And in that Ring doorbell camera, you can hear Bianca saying, "Please stop." Do you recall that?
Yes.
Did you stop when she asked you to?
She wasn't telling me to stop. She was telling the other person.
And who's the other person?
Roger.
Okay, and what was he doing at that time?
Oh, you know what he was doing?
Was he curb stomping her at the time, or did he have the firearm out at the time?
I think he was curb stomping her.
Okay.
Cause I was already in my car.
Okay, and then after that, you all get back into the motor vehicle, you get back into the driver's seat, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and Roger gets back into the passenger seat, correct?
Yes.
And at this time, you have Bianca's purse and her cell phone, correct?
I only have her cell phone.
Okay, but at one time, you or Roger had possession of her purse, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and regarding the cell phone, you stated when you were speaking with your attorney that you believed that it was your phone, is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Okay, and do you recall when the detective went to Santos' house to speak with you?
Yes.
Okay, and do you recall telling the detective that you took Bianca's phone and bag and then gave it back to her, but then she took a picture of your license plate and then you took the phone again? Do you recall that?
No.
Okay, well, would it surprise you if that's contained on the detective's body worn camera?
Yeah, because I am the one who told him where her phone was.
Okay, well, let's get to that. All right.
Okay.
So then after Roger points the firearm at Bianca, do you recall that?
No, I didn't see him point anything. I just heard it.
Okay, you heard him discharge the firearm.
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay, and then you all enter your motor vehicle and drive off, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and
Steve, can I say something?
go ahead.
So it wasn't just at Bianca, it was also at me too. We were both in the street.
Okay,
So the firearm was toward both of us.
that's fair. But moving on, you all flee the scene, correct?
Yes,
And you toss the cell phone knowing that it belongs to Bianca, right?
no, so we got into an accident right literally after that because Roger, um, he pressed my foot down and we hit another vehicle. So he's like, give me the phone, and at that time I knew that it was a gun because obviously it went off. He threw the gun and the cell phone, so I don't know where it was, but I told the officer where the accident occurred and the area that we hit the other vehicle, so that's how the officer recovered it.
Okay, that is correct. So the cell phone was recovered in the
Yes.
area of the crash.
Yes.
Okay, now I want to talk to you about the crash because
Okay.
it was a pretty serious crash, right?
Yes,
And you were driving the vehicle, correct?
Yes,
And he
ma'am.
was in the passenger seat, right?
yes,
And so it was so serious that the police had to be dispatched, right?
yes.
Okay, and you're aware that those police officers had body worn cameras,
I
right?
do, yes.
Okay, and so you remember that after the crash occurred, Roger's hugging on you and kissing on you and filling on your buttocks after you all just committed this offense. Do you recall that, right?
I don't know.
You don't? Okay, but if it's on the body worn camera, that's not fabricated, is it?
If it's on the body camera, no, it's not, but I don't recall that.
All
We
right.
literally just got into an accident, so
Okay,
we're
that's
both
fair.
hurting.
And so when Roger was arrested for this offense, you were still communicating with him while he was in the Bear County Jail, correct?
When he was arrested, he didn't call me from jail or anything. I didn't know he got arrested until. He didn't get arrested for like a whole year later.
Mhm. And so it's your testimony that he didn't call you from Bear County Jail?
Not that I recall, no.
Okay.
I would get text messages from him, like text now or like fake phone numbers because his number was blocked, but I don't remember getting a call from him from jail, no.
Okay. And so you've told this court that it's been hard for you to adjust from being on ankle monitor. And I do appreciate that you realize that that's all because of the personal decisions that you made.
Yes, ma'am.
But I want to ask you, Judge, may I see that supplemental? That would it surprise you to know that Bianca states that she has lost a sense of peace that she once had since
Judge,
this offense?
We're going to object to this line of questioning. It's not proper impeachment. And the judge, you have the facts and the statement right before you.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you, you have told this court that it's been hard for you to adjust. You understand that it's been hard for Bianca to adjust from this offense occurring against her, correct?
Yes.
And do you think that's fair that she has to deal with those things and go to therapy and relive this? Do you think that's fair?
No, it's not.
Okay, we pass the witness around.
All right, any follow-up?
No further questions, Judge.
All right, this is what the court will do. After reviewing everything and hearing the testimony, the court will find you guilty. The court will sentence you to a $2,000 fine. Time and money will run concurrently. 6 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's restitution of $940 to Gonzalez. The court will order the removal of the GPS. And there's also to be no contact with Roger Mims and Santos Hernandez. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
This document that was signed for us.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. And counsel, I'll request the therapeutic community to address any issues. All right, is there anything else?
No, Judge.
All right, thank you. Good luck to you.
Mendoza, you wanted to talk to you real quick?
Yes.
I'll let you know.
All right, what page is Mendoza on, Norma? Hello, Miss Mendoza. I wanted to let you know, I didn't want you to leave without having seen the court at all. Let me just find you. What's your page 8? Thank you. All right, Miss Mendoza, your case is being recalled for July 29th. Your attorney is out with surgery,
Okay,
so they'll be back on the 29th. If they're
Okay.
back sooner than that, they can have you brought over sooner, all right?
okay. that's
All right,
fine.
thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hello. So counsel, have you received all discovery?
Judge, I have. I'm here because Ms. Mendoza requested that I withdraw. And in the past, I had always brought those to the court's attention. I generally see the court reject it. But recently, the new thing that is done over at the jail is they request you withdraw. Then they file a bar complaint against you. And then 20 hours later, as a lawyer, they reject the bar complaint. They end up getting another lawyer who doesn't do any better. And you've spent 20 hours of your time. I've done this 2 to 3 times in the
Oh,
last.
no, here's the thing. Miss Mendoza,
Mhm.
hi, how old are you?
I'm 31.
All right, so if you want an attorney, then you need to, if you want a different attorney, you need to hire an attorney. Do you understand?
Okay, I understand, but he's basically telling me like these classes don't.
No,
mean
no, no, no,
anything.
no, no. Here's the thing. Let me explain something to you.
Mhm.
And this is me talking to you as somebody who's been a defense attorney, somebody who's been a prosecutor. Sometimes I would have clients who would think that what they're telling me would help their case. And it wouldn't. It had nothing to do with the price of peaches. But it's always nice for clients to take classes while they're in custody, to try to get their life in order, so that maybe if an agreement is worked out, that's something that can be presented to the judge. In this court, this is the process. I make sure that the defense has all of the discovery. What does that mean, discovery? It means that he's been given everything that the state has about your case so that he can properly prepare for your case. Then I require that the state make an offer to the defense, and then the defense is ethically obligated to present that offer to you, and then you can either reject it or accept it. If you accept it, then there will be a plea agreement. I will accept the plea. If you reject it and you all are not able to come to an agreement, then it will be set for trial. Here's the problem that I see a lot with people who are charged with cases. They think that attorneys, all we do is talk. They don't think there's anything behind that. But guess what? Every attorney that you see in here, one at least has an undergraduate degree. Then they had to go to law school. And when you see attorneys talking, there's knowledge about the legal world and experience based upon their life and based upon what they have done. So just like you wouldn't go to a doctor if you needed a heart surgery, I guarantee you, you wouldn't be telling that doctor, and I know you're not listening to me, but I don't believe you would be telling that doctor how to do a heart surgery. I don't think you'd be handing to that doctor and saying, hey, let me show you this paperwork where I went to go to listen to somebody speak about something. And you wouldn't expect that heart surgeon to say, you know what, you're right. This is how I'm going to do that surgery. But for some people, some reason, people feel the legal profession, just anybody can do it. And you know what? If anybody could be in the legal profession, then we wouldn't have law schools, and then anybody could have their bar card and anybody could do what attorneys do. So what I'm telling you is, this is not Burger King. If you want your own attorney, that's the way to get Burger King service. The way you want it, you go out and hire an attorney. And I guarantee you, when you hire that attorney, he or she will tell you, there are a few things that as a defendant, you have a choice over. You have a choice. Am I going to testify at trial or not? Am I going to accept a plea bargain or not? Those are some of your choices. But trial strategy, that's not within your purview. That's solely within the defense attorney's purview. So this attorney is willing to speak to you. This is the attorney who's been appointed to represent you. But what I can tell you is this train is going to keep moving. You understand? So all discovery has been received. State, were you able to tender an offer? Were you able to talk to your attorney about the offer that was tendered?
Yes, we talked about it.
Do you need more time to talk to him about the offer?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so if y'all will sit in the box and he will talk to you, then you can reapproach counsel.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
All right, the court is finding you guilty. The court will sentence you to 5 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's a $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent. And I see in the documentation that she's on parole.
She is.
All right. Has a parole been revoked?
They're waiting for me to handle these charges.
All right. Well, I can ask that this sentence run concurrent with parole. However, I have no jurisdiction to force them to do that. If they decide not to do it, they don't have to do it. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, this will run concurrent with parole. How old are you?
I'm 31.
You're 31. Do you have any children?
No.
All right, so here's the thing. You're 31. You still have a chance to improve your life. You got to start making a decision. Do you want to still continue to live this chaotic lifestyle or not? The vehicle you were in, think about it, had no steering column because somebody had stolen it.
Yeah.
The window is busted out. And that's the vehicle you're driving around in. You know? So either you're going to continue to use drugs, continue to do this craziness, and guess what? If you come back to a felony court, depending on the level of felony, your minimum sentence is going to be 25 years. And you need to ask yourself, whatever you're doing in the free world that is against the law, is it worth potentially 25 years of your life? If it is, you'll do it. And guess what'll happen? You will wake up, you will find a majority of your life has been spent in prison. You understand?
Yes.
And if a majority of your life is spent in prison, it's not your attorney's fault. It's not the judge's fault. You know whose fault it is? Yes. All right. So when you go back to prison, try to improve yourself. If you don't have your GED, get your GED. If you don't have a college degree or have any type of trade, you can get that. It's free at the prison. You understand?
Yes.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. And then Willie.
Are you driving, Ms. Shorter?
No,
Are you
I
driving?
no, I'm not driving. I just left home. I actually I'm driving into a courthouse right now to pay a traffic ticket.
You're driving then, right? You just said you're driving.
No, I'm not driving. I'm on the passenger seat.
You're in the passenger seat. Oh, that's your Uber driver?
No, it's a friend.
Okay, we all need friends.
Hello. friend.
Okay, hello. Hello, sir, how are you? I want you both to understand that you both have a right to remove this case. Ms. Shorter.
Yes, I'm just trying to hear you clearly because of the air and I'm out. So that's all.
Okay, all right. I was just talking to your hair for a second there. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. All right. Before we proceed, before the court hears the merits of the case, the court has to advise you of the rights you are waiving. Ms. Shorter, I know you're in a moving vehicle. I did. I just swore him in already. Okay. Thank you. You're on it. I just need you to keep still to the extent that you can.
Okay, because
I know
we're
you
just
go-
now arriving now, so I'm just gonna get out of the car and actually, be still.
What court are you driving to?
16th District Court in Livonia.
Okay. Is he dropping you off, or is he staying with you?
No, he was staying with me. He was he was staying with me the whole time.
Okay. Once you get stationary, ma'am, let me know. No.
Okay, I'm stationary, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. All right, you're standing up, you're moving. Can you sit down somewhere? Is it better for you to get back in the car and sit still? Because you give me motion sickness.
I'm sorry, but he had information that I needed, so I grabbed my folder. But he's gonna let them know that I'm here.
Okay, I need you to sit down stationary because you give me motion sickness.
Okay.
Let's pray it doesn't rain on you. All right, Ms. Shorter, you are suing for $600, is that correct?
Yes,
And you claim you paid $600 to the defendant for school training, phlebotomy school training. I was dropped from the class without properly finding a resolution to finish out my course. You said Ms. Harrington dropped me out of the class without cause nor notification. I really just want my money back. Ms. Harrington is very unprofessional. Okay, disregard the side comment. So what type, is this a phlebotomy school training class? Is that correct?
yes, Your Honor.
Has the class occurred in the city of Detroit?
Yes, Your Honor.
How long was the class for?
The class was supposed to be I believe, a 4-day class for 2 weeks. We would come in Saturday and Sunday for 2 weeks only.
All right, how much, you said you paid $600 for the class?
Yes, Your Honor.
And at the end, were you supposed to get a certificate or something?
Yes, Your Honor.
How'd you go about enrolling or finding out about, how'd you go about enrolling or finding out about the class?
I was actually just online searching schools, and I came across Miss Harrington's school, and I searched the reviews and everything. She had great feedback on her school. So therefore I initiated to enroll into her school because I'm just trying to be a better person for my daughter. I have a 16-month-old daughter. So
Okay.
with that being
Okay,
said,
stop there. This is a question for both of you. What is phlebotomy?
Would you like me to answer that, Your Honor?
Either one of you, because I don't know.
I can answer it. I can answer it. Phlebotomy is the act of drawing blood. So when you go to the doctor and they send you to the lab to get your blood work, the person that draws the blood is the phlebotomist. And that's what phlebotomy is.
Oh, so that's the person that can't find the veins in my arm.
Yeah.
And they poke me all over till they get it right.
That's a person that didn't go to my school.
I don't know where she went, but she was like, ball up your fist and do this. It's like, oh, I see one. Boom. Oh, I missed it. Boom. I missed it. Okay. So did you pay the $600 in cash, check, or credit card, ma'am?
Yes, I paid the $600 in cash.
When did you pay it?
At the facility of the school.
I said when?
I have the paperwork. Sorry, that's the folder that I was grabbing.
Okay, man, I need you to sit down, please.
I am
sit down.
sitting. I'm not moving. I'm sitting. I have my paperwork
I
right
thought
here.
you stood up for a second. Okay.
No, I didn't.
All right.
I'm still seated.
Approximately, when did you pay it?
Probably a week before the class actually started. I remember the class started July 22nd. So it had to be at least like a week prior to that.
Okay. How many classes did you attend?
I attended 3 classes.
Out of a total of how many classes?
Out of a total of 4 classes, I attended 3.
So the course was 4 classes, you only went to 3.
I was dropped the 3rd day.
And why were you dropped the 3rd day?
From my understanding, Miss Harrington said that this was the 2nd incident with me. And she pretty much dropped me from the class. The first incident was me asking her for a sheet of paper. This was actually the 2nd day of class. We had a quiz that Miss Harrington told us to take. So therefore, I stayed up all night. I read 1 to 4 chapters. And when we went to school the next day, she pretty much told us that we would be speaking on the chapters and everything that we had read. But we didn't get to do any of that because I was the only one that read the chapters 1 through 4. The other students did not read the chapters that she
Okay,
asked.
is that why you were dropped? Because of the 2nd incident? Is that what you're saying?
No, I was actually leading up to why I was dropped.
Okay,
So,
I want to get you to why were you dropped? That was my question.
That's what I was trying to explain to you. She's telling me that these are the 2 incidents. Well, she's not telling me.
Ma'am. I don't need to know about the incidents. I just need to know the reason.
She never gave me a reason. She just wrote me an email. She just wrote me an email that I went up there and got because I never knew I was dropped. The day of the class, they told me that I would come back and another day because of another student or something like that. When Miss Harrington had us do the testing, that we were doing testing on the dummies in the classroom, basically sticking the dummies with the needles. So she left us out there alone to proceed to do it on our own. Another student was
Miss
stopping.
Miss
Another
Shorter,
student
Miss
was
Shorter, Miss
interrupting me.
Shorter.
Yeah,
When I'm speaking, don't overtalk me, please.
I didn't hear you.
Okay. I just want to make sure I understand your testimony so far. You paid $600 for a course beginning sometime in July of this year. Is that correct?
Yes.
It was a 4 classes. And
From my understanding, I was dropped because I was disrespectful.
okay.
That's what Miss Harrington said in her
Okay,
letter.
ma'am. Was I speaking? Was I not speaking, ma'am?
Yes, you were speaking.
Okay. I just want to make sure I understand your testimony so far. I said you paid $600 for a four class course. You went to three of the classes, or 3 of the 4 classes. Said you were dropped unceremoniously and unprofessionally after the 3rd class. Is that correct? Yes or no?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And you're indicating to the court that you were dismissed from the class at the 3rd class for not very good reasons, suffice it to say. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you were not entitled to get a refund, a full refund or a partial refund of your $600. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, Ms. Shorter, now's your opportunity to speak. If there's anything you want to add or everything I need to know, now's your time.
Okay. Now, when I went up to the school, from my understanding, I was still going to be able to test and I was still going to be able to get my certificate. That's why I said I was dropped without knowledge. Because when I called up to the school, they weren't answering the phone. They were ignoring me. So when I went up to the school, her assistant manager, he granted me a letter that she had wrote to me through email that I never had received. And in the letter, it stated that she was dropping me because of 2
Wait. Pause. You said you got an email that you never received? So how you know about the email?
Because I went up to the school to see what was going on, to see if they were still going to allow me to take the class. Because it was an
Okay, go
incident
ahead.
that You
No,
said
go
go
ahead.
ahead. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead
It
and
was-
finish
it-
your statement.
Okay, because it was an incident that took place in the class. Miss Harrington, she basically had us out there studying on the dummies that were in the class. She went to the next room. So when I was over there trying to study, one of the other students came over to the area that I was in, left her area, came over to where I was in with another student. Me and that student were working side by side. He was the patient, I was the professional. So therefore, after that, she came over there and just kept being belligerent, pointing out everything that I was not doing, saying that Miss Harrington gave her the right to do that. She said that Miss Harrington told her she could tell us what to do and she could criticize on us on what we was not doing right. That caused the altercation. So when Miss Harrington had came out of the office, I tried to
slow down. What type of altercation did it cause?
I just asked the student to go back to her area and allow me to continue doing what the practice that Miss Harrington had told us to do.
Okay, altercation with whom?
Another student. She was in my area being belligerent, telling me what I was not doing right and what I was not. I don't know.
Okay, what happened next? What happened next, Miss Shorter?
Miss Harrington came out of the office, and I was upset, and the other student was upset. The other student went with the assistant manager and I stayed in there with Miss Harrington along with the other students. Miss Harrington said, okay, we're still gonna go forward. Jakaya, you go first. I said, I didn't feel comfortable going first because of the situation that occurred. We were at the end of the class. The class was only 5 minutes left. I was very upset and I didn't want to get none of the procedures wrong. So therefore, I pretty much had told Miss Harrington that I was gonna go home.
This was
I
the third
ended up
class,
going,
right?
huh? This is the
This was the
third day
third
of
class.
class.
So you said you're
Yes.
gonna go home.
No, it was 5 minutes before. It was
Okay,
5 minutes before the
okay,
class was
ma'am,
over.
just answer my questions.
Yes, I did. I told Miss Harrington I was going to go ahead and go home. And
Okay,
she stated to me, she said, "Oh, you
listen
going
to
to leave?"
me. Listen to me. You said you're gonna leave, you're gonna go home with 5 minutes left in the class. Is that a yes or a no?
Yes.
Okay, continue on, ma'am.
So after that, the assistant manager came out before I could leave because the class was over when all of this was going on. So he came out to me and asked me to come into his office. So I go into his office and he was explaining to me how, because of what happened, I was going to do my testing another day. He was not going to have me and the girl in the same class.
Hold on,
Day,
hold on, Miss Shorter. Miss Harrington, please don't nod your head.
I'm
okay?
sorry, sir. I'm sorry.
I understand.
I'm sorry.
You done very well, but please don't nod your head on Miss Shorter's.
I
while Miss
apologize.
Shorter's testing. No problem. Miss Shorter, go ahead. You got 2 minutes.
Okay. So after that, he pretty much told me he didn't want me and the other student in during the same class, which would be the next day. And he told me that they would give me a call back and let me know when I can come up there and finish my course. That never happened. They emailed me and she pretty much emailed me after I had went up there and found out that she emailed me prior to that and ended the course over that situation.
Okay. Is that it?
That's it. All I wanted was a refund.
Okay. All right.
Also, could I say one more thing, Judge?
You got 30 seconds.
Also, the student that was doing all that, she didn't show up for the first day of class. The second day of class, Miss Harrington repeated the first day of class.
What does it got to do with you? What's another
Oh, that
student's
has a
attendance
lot
got
to
to
do
do with you?
The second day, I never wanted to repeat the first day of class. So the second day of class, when we were supposed to move on, we never did move on because Miss Harrington taught us the same thing that she taught us the day prior. So yes, I do feel that my money was wasted.
Okay, anything else, Miss Shorter?
That would be all.
Okay, why do you have an attitude, ma'am? Miss Shorter,
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
why do you have an attitude?
Because I was very nice to Miss Harrington from the beginning, and I don't understand why we even
No,
got
but
to the point that we
the
got
attitude
to.
with me.
No, I don't have an attitude with you. It's just a situation.
Okay.
That's all. It's just a situation, and I don't understand how I had to come downtown. This is my first time even going through something like this. I've never had to sue anybody for anything. So yes, I'm just a little upset at the situation within itself because I do feel we could have handled it without having to go to these measures.
Okay. All right. Miss Harrington, I'm going to ask you a few questions, and then at the end, there'll be your opportunity to speak, okay? All right. Does Miss Shorter pay $600 to enroll in your set of classes? Is that a yes or no?
Yes, sir.
When were the classes set to begin?
July 22nd through July 30th.
How many classes did Miss Shorter attend?
She attended 3 classes.
Out of 4, is that correct?
Out of 4, but then they have 25 blood draws to do after that. So that's their clinicals.
Okay. So the 4 classes are clinical?
No, sir. The 4th class is a classroom theory class. And then after
the 25.
Yes, they have to practice. Yes, sir. They have to practice.
Is there a time frame that have to complete the 25 draws?
I I give them up to 4 to 6 weeks to complete those 25, because it's not 25 people, it's 25 sticks. So within class, they are getting some of the blood draws that are allowed to count against their clinicals. So,
Gotcha.
and they don't always finish at the same time. It depends on how many people they can get to volunteer, if they can work together as students and draw on each other. Sometimes the students meet and draw on each other.
Do you pay your volunteers to get poked?
No, sir, they're volunteers.
Okay. All right. Is there anything you want to add now, Ms. Harrington? Now's your time to speak.
Yeah, and I would like to ask you, I did email you the a folder of I emailed you Ms. Shorter's student contract. Did you receive that? I hope you
I
did.
do not have that.
Oh, I sent all of that via.
When did you send it, ma'am?
I sent it on last Thursday. I emailed it. I sent her student contract. I also sent a statement from one of the students in class.
What time last Thursday did you send it?
That can I just look? I have to look at.
Sure.
Okay. I sent it September 7th. So it's 5 days ago, and I sent it at 3:01 p.m.
PM?
Yes.
Okay, hold on, Ms. Shorter. Just hold on. We're checking, Ms. Harrington. Just hold on. Okay. All right. All right. One moment, Ms. Harrington. I think we may have it. We'll
Yes,
see.
Your Honor.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Ms. Shorter, was there anything you want to say while we're waiting?
Yes, I also did want to say that even I do know, I'm aware of the contract that I did sign, and I am aware that the days that I was attending the school, that Miss Harrison never collected none of the work that I did also as well. So she has no documentation of where my mental level was in the class by the third day. I have all the work myself.
Is that all, Ms. Shorter?
That's it. I just wanted
Okay.
to inform you that before she says within the 72 hours, you don't get a refund, but that still doesn't explain why
Okay.
you were poorly teaching me.
Okay. All right, Ms. Shorter. Ms. Harrington, I have
Yes,
the
sir.
documentation.
Okay.
And you make a reference to the documentation saying what now?
So yes, sir. So if you look at the student contract that Ms. Shorter signed on
Yes.
July 11th, it says student conduct down at the bottom of the first page. So the tuition was $1,000. You gave it to her for $600. But the student conduct, it says it speaks against any student that understands that PTC.
You did nothing wrong. I'm with
Okay, hold on. Sir, I need you to be quiet, please. And Ms. Harrington, I
I'm
can
so
read
sorry,
the.
Your Honor. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
I understand. I understand.
We were just coming
mute.
into the courthouse.
Just mute
apologize.
just mute yourself when you're speaking with somebody else. That's all. All right, Ms. Harrington, give me a moment to read this.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ms. Harrington, looks fairly straightforward to me. What conduct is expected?
I expect professionalism, Your Honor,
Yeah.
at all times because I'm sorry.
Yes. No.
When you're dealing with needles and blood, you have to have you have to be able to contain and refrain yourself. Also, if you would look, there's a student that wrote a letter on the school's behalf.
Okay. All right. I see that letter.
Yes, sir.
All right. Just give me a moment to read it, please.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Ms. Shorter, where are you now?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but they stated that I had to come in the building, so I came in the building to check in and let them know that I'm here.
Okay, thank you. All right, Ms. Harrington, I read not only the letter, but I read Ms. Shorter's response. And you retained Deion Webster Cox, I see, huh?
Well, Deion Webster is just I didn't retain her for this. Deion is just is the attorney that I use.
Yes,
But
I know
didn't,
her. Yeah.
Okay,
I've had a few cases with her in my previous life.
okay. No, I didn't retain her, sir, but
No, okay.
yes.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't have a whole lot to say. I'm the owner of the school. I've owned the school for 7 years. This is the first person that I've had to go through something like this, that I've had to terminate. I gave her the benefit of the doubt on the first class. But then the second, and she came in and she apologized. But I gave her a stern warning from the first class. And we talked. And she was hysterical. She put her mother on the phone and did my best. But for somebody she called more than 30 to 50 times to the school the same day of the second incident, I'm sorry, on the third day. She called about 30 to 50 times. Not only that, she went onto Facebook and she made some defamation of character, defamation.
Okay, Ms. Harrington, can't go into that right now. Just
okay, that's fine, but
I
don't feel like I should have to give her money back. She took 3/4 of the class. She stopped herself.
Wow. Okay. Your
Ms.
Honor.
Ms. Shorter.
Yes.
You about to interrupt Ms. Harrington?
Oh no, I'm not.
And Your Honor, that's what I dealt with. She overtalked. I could not bring anything.
Okay, ladies, I've heard enough. I'm going to take a few minutes break and I'll come back with my decision. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, Ms. Shorter, sit down, please. All right, you've unmuted. Ms. Shorter, can you hear me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. The court haven't heard the testimony from Ms. Shorter. There seems to be no dispute as to the $600 paid for the 4 classes and clinical. There is no dispute that after the 3rd class, there seems to be some type of altercation. Ms. Harrington represents this was a second one after giving a stern warning of the first one. Ms. Shorter describes altercation as that she was altercation with another student, and that she voluntarily left before the end of the class, which had at least 5 more minutes remaining in there. I have reviewed the agreement that you signed, Ms. Shorter, and was signed by Ms. Harrington, and it is clear that there is a course of conduct, a code of conduct for the class, as well as a dress code. And it is clear in relatively bold letters that if your conduct is unbecoming of a professional, it is their right to terminate you from the program.
Yes,
and that is what they did. That's something you signed to, you agreed to. And in light of that, there's no provision in there indicating any partial refunds or any refunds entitled due to termination. So in light of this, ma'am, Ms. Shorter, you have failed to meet your burden of proof, and the judgment is in favor of Ms. Harrington.
That's fine. It was a premeditated termination.
You have, okay.
That's fine.
Are you going to overtalk me again?
Nope, I wasn't. But therefore, you still never asked me what was the first altercation. It was never a first altercation. She has no proof of another altercation. It was fabrication. So just because she said it, that means it's true. No, it's not true. That was a premeditated termination.
Do you have any questions, Ms. Harrington?
Yeah, I want to thank you. I tried my best. And I'm really in tears because I do this for them.
I understand, Ms. Harrington.
$600 won't make or break me, Your Honor. But it does when they do things like they do, give me bad reviews because of things like this. This is not good. And I feel sorry for her because that disrespect of hanging up on you, they don't get it.
I
I'm
I
sorry.
understand, Ms. Harrington. It was very easy for me to believe that due to the fact she was over talking me and whatever, that she, has consistent behavior in your class. And so once you showed me the contract, it was very, very easy. It was clear. And it was very, very easy to rule in your favor. So my hats off to you. Continue doing what you do. This is the life we've chosen.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Do you have any other questions, ma'am?
No, so what next? I mean, do I have to?
No,
I don't know.
okay. I have signed the judgment in your favor. You'll get a copy of it in the mail. And that's it, basically. The case is over. If Ms. Shorter wants to appeal, she has 7 days to do so. I don't know whether she will or not. That's up to her. But as of now, this case is closed and you have, she has not proven her case. So
Thank you, Your Honor.
thank you. You have a good day, ma'am.
You too, sir. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.